Hello, friends. How are you? I am so excited to try this new tool with you guys today. We are going to be doing our math on the whiteboard today, as well as I know you guys have all missed it. We are going to get to see our good friend Robo today. So let's go ahead and get started. Today we are going to be talking about 2D shapes, and I know that you've already done a little bit with 2D shapes. And go ahead and tell me what a 2D shape is. So a 2D shape is, you are correct, I'm assuming. A 2D shape is any shape that is flat, right? It's a 2D shape is usually flat. So some that we are really familiar with is, what shape is that? Awesome, a square. What about this one? Good, that one's a circle. Let's do one more. And that's a triangle. So when we talk about our shapes today, we're going to be looking at them a little bit closer. One really important thing that we need to know about shapes is that they always are closed. What do I mean by closed? Well, let's see. Is that closed? No. There's a big opening there. What about this? Is that closed? No. What about this? Is that a closed shape? Nope. But this triangle in the middle, that is closed because there are no openings and all of the lines connect. Very good. Now we are going to talk about sides. When we look at a shape, most of the time there are sides. For an example, in a square we have here, there are 4 sides. We have 1 side, 2 sides, 3 sides, and 4 sides. And one special thing about a square is that it always has 4 equal sides. And we know that in math, equal means the same. So all of these lines, if I were to use a ruler and measure them out, they should be the exact same length. They should be equal. Very good. Let's look at a circle. How many sides does a circle have? It doesn't have any, does it? It doesn't have um any sides to it. Very good. The next thing that we're going to talk about is called vertices. Now, a vertice is where 2 sides come together. So for an example, right here is a vertice. This line and this line come together to a point. So this shape has 1, 2, 3 vertices. Awesome job. Let's go ahead and look at, one more time, a circle. Does a circle have any vertices? You're right, it doesn't, because we know that a vertice is when 2 sides come together. And a circle doesn't have any sides, so it can't have any vertices. It does not have any points. So we are going to go ahead and look at our 4 most common 2D shapes that we talk about. So the first one is, go ahead and say it. You're right, it's a circle. The next one is awesome, a square. What shape do we have that's green right there? That's a triangle. And last but not least, it almost looks like a square, but it's not, because these sides aren't the same as these sides. So what is that called? Great, it's called a rectangle. So together we're going to count how many sides and vertices each one of these shapes have. So when I look at my circle, we've already talked about this. How many sides does a circle have? You're right, it has 0, which means that it also has 0 vertices. There are no edges or points on this square, on this circle, which means there are no sides or vertices. What about a square? How many sides are there? Well, this is a side, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 sides in a square. And what do we know about those sides? There's something special about the sides in a square. They are always equal. They are always the same. How many vertices are there in a square? Let's go ahead and count them up. So where 2 sides come together. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 vertices. Let's go ahead and look at our triangle now. Our triangle, we have 1 side, 2 sides, 3 sides. In my drawing, are all the sides the same? They all equal? Yeah, they look like it, don't they? But in a triangle, are all sides always equal? You're right, they aren't. Let me show you an example when the sides aren't equal. So we know that a triangle always has 3 sides and always has 3 vertices. So in this example, I have 1 line side, 2 sides, 3 sides. So is that a triangle? Yes, it is. But guess what? This line looks a lot longer, doesn't it? So in a triangle, the sides are not always equal. All right, let's go ahead and count up our vertices. We have 1, 2, 3. 3 vertices. And then for a rectangle, it's similar to a square, but not quite, right? Because these 2 sides are longer than these 2 sides. So again, we have 4 sides and 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 vertices.